Hey there, everybody. This is the Bones and Tub Show. We are brought to you by no one in particular, because advertisements suck.
Yeah, they do.
We are brought to you, however, by Catherine, Marie Doherty, Evelyn, and Agris Girl, our 3 patrons at patreon.com/bones and tubs. And we don't have, anything else. We're not trying to sell you a mattress. We're not trying to tell you anything about beard oil or...
No special food boxes or anything like that.
No.
We're brought to you, just like PBS, by viewers like you.
And this is the Bones and Tub Show.
The Bones and Tub Show.
And sets another day. Billions will kneel and pray. Anything to aid escape from the world so cold.
That's a woke boy.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bones and Tubs. We're here with you on this day in February. It's cold and rainy outside. It was warm 2 days ago, which was nice. I actually opened my windows.
Yeah.
Let nature seep in.
Clean some of that fucking pin-up air out of that bitch.
You don't realize how dusty your house is until you open your windows and let natural light come in.
For sure. I'm glad that it happened, but fuck Ohio.
Yeah.
I did a short Instagram live video earlier as I was driving the boy to meet Grandma and Great-Grandma. Mm-hmm. And just showing everybody the beautiful Ohio weather.
Yeah.
Explaining that somehow it's normal for a place to go from 76 degrees to 44 and rainy, and I said sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours it's going to be 0.
Yeah.
Fuck Ohio.
Yeah. Ohio weather. Gotta love it.
Man.
Gotta love it.
We just got done talking for like an hour and a half.
Yeah, we
need to start recording the things that we talk about off the air and then applying it to our Patreon.
But I would say that's a Bones and Tubs brawl moment right there that I don't think would have been safe for some of y'all's baby ears.
I need to go through and revamp our Patreon because it's fucking kind of like our website. It's sloppy. It's like sloppy seconds.
And I take the blame for that too.
We both did it when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
With the wife as I was giving birth to our son. And
take me for example. I know nothing about web design.
Yeah, right. I'm the same way. We're trying to get the message out, but we're both mildly autistic when it comes to tech and social engineering.
We could sit and wax poetically for an hour, but fuck, man, don't try to get me to set some shit up. It's gonna be fucky. We
got that where Amazon gave us that link to give us a percentage of whatever the search results were.
Yeah.
And I cannot, for the love of Christ, get that thing off there.
No, God.
I've deleted the code.
Still there.
I prayed to long-forgotten Sumerian gods and entities, and it's still there.
Oh, that's the problem. You prayed to an old god. Amazon is a new god.
That's true.
Here's the problem. Like, I would say at least let's say twice a month, I randomly order something from Amazon on a whim. And the thing is, I have Amazon Prime. I'm not trying to plug it right now. Listen, we're not getting real money from Amazon.
No, they told us to go fuck ourselves.
Yeah.
So by all right means, fuck Amazon.
Yeah, so...
But we still pray at that altar.
I have Amazon Prime. I don't know if you do or not.
You already know.
Okay, because that 2 free day shipping.
Well, once they changed it from a one-time fee to a $10 a month thing, it was over with for me.
Yeah.
I'm sold.
But
it's easier for me to bleed myself dry 1,000 cuts at a time than it is to do gouging cuts.
Jeff Bezos, it's the real world equivalent of just stroking your shaft once.
Yeah, edging maybe.
Yeah, just a little bit of edging, not all the way there. I love it because the problem is I always for some reason it's like some universal call on Friday nights. I think about wanting something for a while, and then for some reason, Friday night is when my brain clicks over and decides this is when I'm going to buy it.
It's because every other time it's payday and you feel guilt-free.
Yeah. So then I order something, and then the problem is it's on a Friday. So the two-day free shipping doesn't really equate because you have to compensate for the weekend, so I usually don't get it till Tuesday.
Damn it.
Which is whatever. It's still good shipping.
Right. It's better than most.
Yeah. So that's my plug on Amazon.
Yeah, maybe they'll get their lives together and offer us coin again.
Listen, stock options. That's what I'm talking about.
For sure. I sold, speaking of that, I was fucking with that Robinhood app.
Yeah.
I had AK Steel. Have you watched them at all lately?
How far have they gone?
Fuck. Let's check it right now. Live stock updates.
On this. Has the Bitcoin thing come up on there yet?
Fuck no.
Of course it hasn't. Robinhood, you son of a bitch.
Hurry the fuck up with that.
I love about Robinhood is this fingerprint identification.
So I bought them at $5.26, I think, a stock. Or no, $5.15 a stock.
Okay.
And then
They're $5.83 right now.
right. I sold out yesterday.
Where did you buy it at?
I made 15 or 16.25%.
That's good.
Yeah, but on the 17th they had a 14% jump.
They had a bad... Today they've gone shittily.
Yeah, I went back and when they did their first dip after I sold, I bought more.
Man,
So we'll see what happens.
Dip.
But it was all because of the God Emperor Trump saying that he was going to tariff steel imports and increase the amount of steel that we can produce.
See, every time he says that, because that's the second time now he said he's going to do that, but not done it,
Yeah.
it makes it jump. But when it actually does happen, when he actually signs, when the fucking ink is still wet on the paper,
Yeah.
it's going to make fucking steel go, U.S. steel go fucking...
It's going to be what happens if you were to overdose on like a dick drug. Mm-hmm. Your dick's going to get rock hard before you die.
Yeah. Whoa, what is going on here? We're having technical difficulties with my microphone, apparently.
Some of these stands, though, we got to get new stands.
Okay, there we go. We're good now.
I was wondering, not to deviate too far, we're basically just shooting from the hip this week.
Not to diverge real quick, but the road soda had me so distracted
Yeah.
that I didn't realize that the microphone had drifted all the way down to my chest.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice it on the audio, but if the audio sound... then I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine.
That's a Canadian sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Okay? Anyways, what were you saying?
Just back to Amazon real quick. I wonder if there's a simple 3-step process that you could purchase with 2-day shipping on how to end school shootings.
Oh.
Because I don't know if you guys know this, I'm not a scientist.
No.
I'm also not a mathematician.
We are just simple commentators.
Podcasters elite.
Yeah.
But I've got 3 steps that we should take. And can I run them by you real quick?
Let's hear them.
First, I want to give a statistic. The Swiss,
Okay.
right? The Swiss government mandates that all citizens of Switzerland.
But mind you, that just to make an amendment to this, with the whole Swiss thing, not to be misleading, this is for citizens who have been in the military.
Right.
Okay.
To have and hold high-powered machine guns.
Yes.
And stockpile ammunition.
It's more or less in case of invasion.
Invasion.
Yeah.
But one of the runoff things of that is find me statistics on home invasions or mass shootings, because I couldn't find them.
But Switzerland's super rich though.
Right.
Just saying.
I'm just saying too. Like
they're like Wakanda except in Europe.
I like to draw the line there. There's some sort of correlation. But I just want to sidestep here, and I want to give everybody my Bones 3-step procedure for ending school shootings, mass shootings. So, step 1, we need, first and foremost, to do nothing. Because basically this problem is going to go away on its own.
Okay.
That's what we've been doing forever, since it started.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
We just want to put our fingers in our assholes, and pretend it's going to go away. So step 1 is automatically fucked.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Step 2, we should get rid of all the guns. Because if you get rid of all the guns, then there can't be school shootings.
Yeah, but wait a minute now. Then you're saying that the only people... So there would be people with guns still, right?
Only the government. When was the last time a government agent shot up a school?
So what you're saying is that there's no way. There's no... There's like the infinitesimal chance that if they took all of our guns away, that they wouldn't become tyrannical.
That's never happened in history.
Never happened once in the history of mankind.
Right.
Not once.
If anybody listening out of the thousands of listenership across multiple platforms believe that was pure sarcasm. First of all,
we shouldn't have to tell you that.
Yeah,
you've been listening to this show. If this is your first episode, welcome. First of all,
thank you for joining the Bones and Tubbs Nation.
We shouldn't have to tell you that that's sarcasm,
right?
Because we have plenty of examples in history of governments taking guns away from people.
I think one of our earliest shows talked about the number one threat to human beings:
democide.
Death by government.
Yeah.
But basically, the second view that is being touted right now, I watched on Periscope yesterday. I was going around. I went to fucking Belarus, France, Russia, Ukraine, let's see, South Korea. I went to all these countries just to tout the evangel of Bones and Tubs podcast. Mm-hmm. So hopefully some of them are listening now.
Out across the great vastness of the flat earth.
I got blocked. Yeah.
By who?
People in England. Simply by joining them. Maybe my greeting was offensive.
What, like a Facebook group?
No, Periscope.
Oh.
So you can get on Periscope and hit the button.
Yeah.
To, like, search globally. Mm-hmm. And it sends you across the flat earth to look at different countries.
Yeah.
And I joined a couple in different parts of the UK.
Yeah.
And I said, greetings from across the pond. And it was like, user has blocked you.
You fucking prick.
Yeah. But whatever. So, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, so anyways, you're talking about the possibility that no government has ever in the history of mankind become tyrannical when they take away citizens' ability to defend themselves.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
That is the worst fucking idea I've ever heard. Not only that,
Ripping.
But let me give you guys a history lesson real quick. The right to bear arms. Everybody wants to say, like, I watched these fucking liberals on Periscope, and they were kids, right?
Children.
A Marxist group had these kids come together. They were doing these chants about, I'd rather lose my voice than my life. I'd rather lose my voice than my life. And they just kept chanting this fucking stupid shit.
Yeah.
Over and over again. So I got on there and I was like, and one of the ones was, what do we want? Gun control. When do we want it? Now. So I got on there in all caps because that's screaming in text message form from the safety of my home. And I wrote, what do you want? Slavery. When do we want it? Yesterday. Yeah. And I just kept until they blocked me.
Yeah.
But they should have.
Yeah.
You look at the right to bear arms, Second Amendment. They always want to say we cling to these antiquated ideas, right? Yeah. Well, the fucking right to self-defense is older than the United States.
Yeah.
Fuck the Second Amendment. It's older than something written down on paper that says you have the right to defend yourself. That's fucking natural law. If
you want to go back further in European history, at least,
it predates firearms. For Christ's sake.
It predates firearms. You could go back to before the Magna Carta, which Magna Carta really wasn't for everybody. That was more or less just for like rich lords against the king,
polite white folk,
basically saying, "Hey, if we want the chance to be able to say no to you." Right. There's always been a clause in humanity for defending yourself. Yeah. Defending your family.
Well, that's common. It's common law, natural law. You shouldn't have to argue.
But you see, here's the
fact
thing.
that you have the right to protect yourself.
Here's the thing, like, okay, you want to talk about gun control and things like that. That's fine. Let's talk. Let's talk. I want to parlay with you about this because here's the thing, like, okay, when it comes to this, they never really get specific about what needs to be done. Now,
That's because they're uncomfortable saying what they want.
Yeah, what they truly want. Because they know in their heart of hearts, they don't want to feed this bear.
Did you see the Agris Girl post on our Facebook page?
No, what did it say?
It was a comic, and it said, we want gun control, or let's see, we want firearms to be taken away. We got to end these mass shootings. And someone hands them a pamphlet, and it had a solution on it. That was my number 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I won't say it out loud yet.
All right.
But they burned it. And they were like, we don't want solutions.
I
want to take away firearms.
Yeah, I did see that.
That's how it is.
Yeah. So, okay. Third solution.
Oh, arm the goddamn teachers.
Okay.
Arm the staff. You don't have to, like, listen. I live in West Alexandria. The taxpayers of West Alexandria are going half and half to pay for a fucking cop to sit at the school.
That's, that is living in a republic in its finest form. The people decided. The
town council decided.
Which were elected by the people.
Right. Lazy thinking. You've got fucking solipsists just casting their vote. They're the same motherfuckers that voted for Boehner. Zombies.
So, okay. That being said, you have your solutions. And I sent you a link to a article from the National Review, which is as far as I'm concerned, it's probably one of the most well-respected conservative publications in America.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I never really had too many problems with. I think in all reality, if you're a conservative, which I'm not, Like, if you're not a subscriber to the National Review, then there's a problem with you. Because if you're conservative and you're not listening to what the National Review has, because they give logical, reasonable means of diplomacy. Right?
What if I'm just a conservative that likes to post from my cold dead hands memes on Facebook and not read anything?
Then you're part of the problem, not part of the solution.
Thank you.
Okay. I sent you this article, and I thought, in all reality, like, okay, I know this can have connotations like people would disagree with.
Yeah.
But I find it reasonable. I talked to the doctor about this yesterday.
The doctor.
And in all reality, he didn't find it unreasonable either. Okay? And it being said, this whole proposal could have quite possibly kept the last 4 major shootings from happening in the first place. Because in all 4 of these shootings, there were people close. Well, sans the Vegas shooting. That's the only one that wasn't included.
Pause real quick. Yeah.
I think it's what causes, like, that's the reason why communist revolutions happen in the first place. Like, if it happened in this country, the first people I'm blaming are the Kardashians.
People that have dog parties.
And people that have dog parties. Okay?
God
You can put that in the show, too. We're back.
Yeah, we just got done pissing in the same toilet simultaneously.
So anyways...
no homo.
Shoot. Okay, so anyways, that National Review article, they were talking about how it's basically a gun control restraining order.
Yeah.
Right? Say you have a friend or a brother or a sister. I'm going to be equitable on this.
Yeah.
Of
course.
And they're talking crazy. They might have just lost a job, a girlfriend, having trouble in school, what have you, right? And you know for a fact they have easy access to firearms. What you would do...
Snitch.
It's being a snitch.
You would become the thought police.
But that's the thing, though. It requires somebody close to them to say it, right? So, like, you're not going to, like, due to family honor, you wouldn't want to betray a family member. But if you thought that they were about to do something drastic... Would you not want to do something to stop it?
No, I get that, but I always have to look at the outer fringe. Think about it this way. You went through a divorce.
Yeah.
Going through. Mm-hmm. Split up.
Yeah.
Let's just say that for some reason she decided it'd be a good idea to go fuck with you. She goes and presents herself as your wife and puts down some sort of nonsense that you're unstable because of the current proceedings, what have you.
Well,
then
okay, I gotta let you finish.
We can't go into specifics, but not only does that get rid of your ability to own firearms, but it gets rid of you can't work.
Okay. You do have a good point there. But
Factory of sadness.
I will keep in mind, though, the restraining order is, as he put it in the article, is a temporary measure. So it's not permanent. You wouldn't permanently be able to not own guns. And 2, I feel, like he said in the article, it wouldn't just be, there's multiple, like, steps in this. Family member reports. The police investigate, i.e., they're checking your social media accounts. They're coming and interviewing you, right? And if they have the inkling, then they go ahead and take your shit away.
Right.
Right.
So let me throw you once more into the mind of Bones, the Tumblr as it was.
Okay.
Let's all just assume that everything is passed as we presented it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that this isn't... I mean, I feel like... Anytime you give these motherfuckers an inch, they think they're a ruler.
I'll give you that.
So they just go to these goddamn roll call meetings, and they're like, anytime you get one of these, go ahead.
Yeah.
Say whatever you got to say. We already know that these cops and these law enforcement people, regardless of where they work, if they're given something, they will fucking use it.
That's true. You do have a point there. The abuse of power.
And the doctors, too. There was a thing I thought I read about doctors reevaluating at a certain time. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Same fucking medical establishment that pushed out fucking Tuskegee.
So, that being said, I want comprehensive, logical solutions to this not happening anymore.
Well, I think we all do. Right?
Yes.
Oh, well, not all of us. Some of us just want to take the guns away.
Not knee-jerk reactions, okay?
Some of us just want to put out kids crying on screen to take away your firearms, because that's all I've seen.
Like, and first of all, okay, if you... I hate to go here, but I really can't stand someone talk to me about the sanctity of life that is also somebody that is pro-choice.
Yeah, that's so
I'm
fucking
sorry.
That's so fucking silly. I can only tolerate so much doublethink in my life.
And so, okay, I get it. But that's a matter of opinion, is it not? I think it goes the same way with the Second Amendment, a matter of opinion.
Right. It's all opinion.
So if your opinion is that
Moral relativism.
Moral relativism. If your opinion is the fetus is not a human being. Right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say the Second Amendment definitively gives us the right to bear arms.
Yeah, for sure.
In opinion.
The law itself does, but we go back to the law of self-defense, the natural common law, right? Mm-hmm. If you have the right to self-defense in today's system, the government would be like, everybody has the right to have a Brooklyn Smasher. Bought at coldsteel.com. You'll get a fucking federal mandate.
Voucher?
Voucher. Well, you'll get a free Brooklyn Smasher. Well, let me tell you something.
Brought to you by Cold Steel.
Yeah. Hashtag not a fucking supporter. I wish they were.
Oh, man, wouldn't that be the best? And they sent us products to test out.
You already know.
The
videos would be on fleek.
Oh, my God. Could you please hashtag Cold Steel and something just so they, hear
down.
it and they're like, fuck, we need bones and tubs.
Everything in the fourth dimension.
Listen,
it's already happening.
I wanted a fucking Claymore as it is.
Oh, no shit. I wanted the Warhammer.
Oh, fuck.
We got
Warhammer.
We got an unused vehicle.
I know, right?
But, no, that's what they would do. So everybody technically has, quote unquote, the right to self-defense under the government with a Brooklyn Smasher.
Yeah.
Probably propylene bat.
Yeah.
You know, that can't be bent.
Yeah.
Smash. Cold steel strong.
Running over a semi doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere.
Cold steel dick. Hashtag strong.
You know what I like that thing where it's like a gun stock with a spike through it. You seen that
the War Club.
War Club.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Sam Jock. The fucking African fighting stick. Anyway, sorry, not to. I just love that how great we plug things that don't pay us.
Exactly. Come on. Just saying.
Yeah, things that identify with our natural proclivities. So that sounds good and it looks good on paper, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're a fucking grandma, if my grandma is given a voucher for a fucking bat, she could barely walk.
Yeah.
The fuck's that gonna do?
But I bet what she can handle.
A 38 special.
A 38 special.
A 9
I was
millimeter.
gonna say a 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 pistol.
So if we're going down
it's the equalizer.
If we're going down this route, wouldn't comprehensive gun training be something that could be a prerequisite for owning a gun in the first place?
See, but when you make testing, it's just like the liberals want to argue against the testing for voting. Because once you give the state the unambiguous power structure, the ability to test an individual on a right,
then it's no longer a right. It's a privilege.
It's no longer a right. It's a privilege, and they will fuck you anytime they get a chance to.
Okay, I see where you're going with that one. That one makes sense.
It's just so goddamn slippery.
Yeah, slippery.
But if you look at it,
slope.
If you look at it, right, the United States has a certain amount of gun violence statistics that everybody wants to tout.
Yeah.
Okay, we're the highest in gun violence, allegedly.
No, we're not the highest per 100,000 people. We are not the highest gun violence country in the world.
I understand, but I'm just saying that civilized nations.
We have the most guns in the world.
Right. Therefore, we have higher gun violence. And if you break it down per capita, these mass shootings don't happen in places where people can open carry. They happen in fucking gun-free zones. They happen in victim zones.
So you're saying...
You're giving up your sovereignty to go into these zones and not be protected.
You're saying the best option is for teachers to be armed then? Absolutely.
That is my fucking answer. That should have happened when Columbine happened.
Yeah.
They should have had staff, and it shouldn't be mandatory.
At least have one staff member.
It should be, listen, this is the way I think, and I'd be comfortable with this. I don't know how you feel because your son's a little bit older. And
he's in school.
I've only been fathering for a certain period of time. It shouldn't be mandatory, but there should be the option.
First of all, let me put this way. The vetting for a teacher, the amount of things that they have to go through to become a teacher is much more extravagant than anything anybody has to go through to get a firearm.
Right.
So that being said, they've been psychologically tested,
and they still fuck kids. But
they've been psychologically tested. They've been vetted.
Yeah.
You know, they've gone through multiple processes of testing and interview and all that stuff, right? So
take a CCW course and carry a fucking gun. To
say that they are allowed to have a firearm is not a stretch of the imagination. Does it have to be out in the open? Do they have to see the gun on somebody's hip? No.
Would I be listen, I'm kind of crazy. Okay? Yeah. Everybody should know that by now. But I would be totally cool with just an absolute Wild West style open carry, because that's what I think a lot of the gun statistics are in Switzerland. Everybody knows what everybody's got.
As long as it was like you know, like at the factory centers we have those the holsters we have.
Yeah.
if it was something like that,
Right.
because I'm not going to get too much into it, but let's put it this way.
Yeah, you don't want to
You
leather
can't-
open sling holster where a student can grab the gun.
like
and-
even a safari holster's not enough.
Right.
But if they want to open carry, it's whatever. But as long as the holster they're carrying is of a standard that is of what we have to carry at the Factory of Sadness,
Right.
i.e., it requires 2 forms to unlock it to release it.
And with training, it's not even a thing.
Yeah. Secondly, not to get into specifics about this holster, but the way the holster is designed, really the only person that could get into it properly is the person that's carrying it in the first place.
Right. And rabble rousers will say that you can still shoot whatever. Shut the fuck up.
No, shut up.
I'm sure you could, but it's not accurate.
Listen, well, here's the thing. Here's, I mean, at the end of the day, if we're breaking it down just to statistics and numbers here, what is the problem? Like, say, okay, to prevent anything on this scale from happening again, right?
Yeah.
Do we have to accept a certain amount of casualties? Say if somebody somehow miraculously gets a gun, child gets a gun out of a holster at the school and shoots a couple people.
Shit's gonna happen regardless. If you ban the fucking guns like these motherfucking leftists want to do, you're gonna get a gun. Well, that's what I posted a couple stories earlier in the week about heroin. I think the story was heroin surpasses gun violent deaths.
And it's funny is when you post something like this. When you post something like that, all you get back are crickets.
Yeah,
because there's no dissension.
I only get things on
you only get dissension when you're questioning the narrative that's been put forth before you.
Right. We can't question the system.
We can't question the narrative.
It should make you, if you're listening to this and you are a person that likes to question things like that make you question how you view reality and maybe not trust the fucking source.
Yeah.
Then maybe you should do some inner work and realize that you're being lied to.
Like, you could question narrative, but you can't question logic.
Right. Logic is unquestionable. Truth is truth.
You could question logic, but you can't question narrative.
Right. Sorry. Flipped around. But
yeah, it's okay.
They followed us, I hope. They're the faithful, the Bones and Tubs Nation. But I just don't... I think it's time, we've reached such a point with political division, left versus right, where everybody's ready to slit everybody's throat over some fucking silly shit. That it's time for everybody to look at common sense.
Yeah.
Get away from your fucking political party. Get away from what you think you know. And apply the filter of common law, natural law. Get your life together.
Common sense.
No masters. No slaves.
The goose. Be the goose.
I want the goose as my proverbial spirit animal.
Be the goose.
Yeah.
Some of you out there won't get that, but I would suggest picking up a copy of T.H. White's The Once and Future King.
Hit it up on Audible.
And then you will understand.
Hashtag also not a sponsor.
Yeah. Also not a sponsor. Audible. Fuck.
God damn it.
Like, who are we talking about today? We're talking about Amazon, Cold Steel, and fucking Audible.
Man.
Well, I think Audible's owned by Amazon.
Well.
Damn it, Jeff Bezos. You got us again.
What was that book? Super Sad True Love Story. Eventually, they're all going to be the same corporation.
Son of a bitch. No, I really like Amazon.
Walmart, Amazon, Ford, Chevy, Cruise.
I could give a shit about them being a fucking sponsor.
Right.
Now, Cold Steel, on the other hand.
Yeah, we need you.
Because, listen, I don't know if you are. Usually you are. But I have a dagger on my side right now.
So do I. K-bar.
Yeah, you have a K-bar. I have a Smith & Wesson pig sticker.
Yeah.
That I enjoy thoroughly.
We talked about dreams before we got into the actual podcast.
Yeah.
I think next week we should just sit down and start recording before we start recording and make that our Bones and Tubs talk.
Like our Raw?
Patreon.
Bones and Tubs Raw?
Yeah.
That sounds good because I think our Patreon listeners deserve that.
I know, they do. We need to give more. We are fucking technologically retarded.
Yeah, we are.
For real.
No, but I would think about Cold Steel. I'm just saying, if you're listening, we really need to hashtag you in this.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's already done.
So just saying, Cold Steel.
We love you.
We would love to have you as a sponsor, simply because we are both fans of edged weapons.
Yeah.
I remember
blunt weapons.
I remember sitting in Bones' garage throwing fucking ninja stars at the wall. It was awesome. Anyways,
I think that. So in the Bones and Tubs Raw, we were talking about dreams before we hit on this, and I don't want to give it away fully, but I will tell you about a dream I had last night that fucked me up.
Okay.
Just like you were talking about your esoteric dream that we should record sometime.
Yeah.
I keep having these dreams. Like we talked about that one specific dream that deals with inner work, right?
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know what it means. I'm at the Factory of Sadness. Of course, it's dilapidated. I feel like the true eyes. If you looked at the Factory of Sadness, it's what it really is.
Okay, so it's the Factory of Sadness after a year of nobody being there.
Well, people are there, but it's all frivolous bullshit. So
Okay.
you've got like, it's completely dilapidated third world country
Yeah.
being run by absolute shitbags.
Looks like a Soviet era building.
Yeah.
Right.
And the
Okay.
criminals are running the hen house.
Yeah.
So, and then you've got these self-important douchebags wearing suits and ties, and they are only looking at you and what you're doing. And you're like, oh man, I'm about ready to get off work. I find myself in the area of the room of property, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I've got a distance to walk, not a great distance, but a very visible distance to walk.
Yeah.
And I've got this K-bar on my side. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, how the fuck what the fuck? You know, sometimes you might forget something. You might forget
Yeah.
a certain item you're not allowed to have in your pocket, and then at the first given opportunity, you get rid of it in your car,
Yeah.
right? You remove it from said security, secure perimeter. But in this dream, I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get this thing out of here? How the fuck did I get it in here?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why is it even, I don't wear this when I work.
Yeah.
And then it just became a 30-minute exercise in me trying to get this fucking
And having a sheer panic because you
sheer
have...
panic. Waking up in
I've
a
been
sweat.
there before. I've had that dream before.
Heavy, man.
What is the doctor even talking about right now? I get text messages from him, and the doctor did help me yesterday. He went and helped me get a bed. Oh, Christ on his throne! It's a Time article about the
Hero
actor.
Rises.
Yeah, about the actor who plays Black Panther.
Oh, kill yourself.
Because Wakanda is a real thing.
I think we talked about this before, but I kind of wanted to flesh it out for a few listeners that asked me specifically about our views on Black Panther. I haven't watched it. I will watch it, but I won't pay for it. But I think it's all the same social Marxist nonsense.
See, the thing is,
It's created to add division. We had black heroes before that were whites and blacks, and everybody rallied behind. Blade?
yeah, I was gonna say,
Spawn?
The first time I saw someone tweet that this was the first time you saw a black superhero on the screen, I almost threw my chair through the wall because I'm like, fucking Blade, dude.
Even that shitty-ass excuse for a movie Gunslinger.
Blade.
What about Spawn?
Spawn.
Right.
Shit, I forgot about Spawn.
Man. These motherfuckers just don't know.
No, but here's the thing that kills me is
I think
like
they're taking advantage of
all
the
these-
Tide Pod generation.
all these leftists are fucking going nuts for it and everything. And we're talking about a movie about a country and a king,
A black ethno-state.
a black ethno state who is anti-immigration.
Yeah.
Like
Kill Whitey.
Yeah, the kill Whitey aspect, you can even discard that.
Right.
Put all those things together, and if you change the race, you've created Nazi Germany.
I just made a great movie in my head. Do you want to hear about it?
Let's hear it.
It's about a country, right?
Yeah.
It has rich minerals, everything it needs,
Yeah.
and it's only got white people on it.
Okay.
And there's all these criminals, but they're all like other races, like let's just say Jews, Hispanics, black people.
Okay.
And the only person that can save this fucking perfect system of only white people is a white person.
Yeah.
And I want to call it White Tiger.
White Tiger.
What do you think? Should I pitch it?
You should pitch it and then immediately get killed.
Yeah. Immediately
Kill
be bludgeoned to death in the
Immediately,
street.
and then they tell you that you killed yourself.
Right. Yeah. That was the worst case of suicide we'd ever seen. He'd been shot 48 times.
He shot 48 times and he beat himself in the head with a
He raped
baseball
himself,
bat.
too,
Yeah,
with other man's dicks. They were all black dicks, too. It's crazy. Man.
But no, man, it's
Wake
just
the
like,
fuck up, America.
like, come on, man. Like, don't be wrong. I'm gonna see the movie because I actually heard it's really good.
Yeah,
and
wow, I'm sure it is.
and that cultural Marxism aside, it's actually a very good movie.
I hope you come out with a fucking African armband. And then, like the
Oh, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me with the red, green, blue, fucking colors.
Yeah.
And fucking, I permed my hair.
Wasn't there a thing like in the 80s or the 70s where people were wearing the African country emblems in the colors of the country?
I think so.
And like inner city white people were wearing them and getting their ass beat. And they would get them taken. Like, you don't understand what you're doing.
I mean, there's another side of this, though. Have you seen that there was fake fake instances of white people getting beat up at Black Panther movies? They were using photos from other things with people who have been bludgeoned and like, I took my girlfriend to see Black Panther and they fucking smashed a ball over her head.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's from some other shit.
Yeah.
Like, why are you even
Total Recall.
like, why are you even like, that's some shoddy fucking work.
I hate trolls,
I do too.
but I'm a troll. It makes sense because I hate myself.
I like to think that I'm above trolldom.
Yeah.
Although I did kind of like, I don't say I trolled somebody today, but I kind of just like, I don't even know what to call it. Okay, so somebody we know, I don't have a name for him. Let's just say he's a Bibi.
Ah.
Okay, he posted something about, he had this picture of a big house with this nice car in the driveway, and it said, if you don't want this in 5 to 7 years, then you need to get out of my life or something like that, right? And then I posted on there, because I looked at the house, and I was like, I looked at it, and I was like, this is a McMansion.
I want fake wealth and opulence.
I said, okay, so then I commented on it and said, yeah, I was like, that's a McMansion. I was like, so in 5 to 7 more years, I was like, you're going to want to leave because your heating bill is outrageous and the place is falling apart because it was shittily made.
Yeah, it was made with plaster.
And he just liked it. That's all he did was like it. Like,
I mean, I don't want to label you.
you know, I'm trying to cast aspersions here, but
You're
it is what it is.
I mean,
It is what it is.
I don't know.
You know?
So much of this is going to get cut.
That's okay, though.
But soon we'll have the Bones and Tubs Raw for all of our Patreon supporters.
Think about wrapping this up?
Yeah, it's time for
Say,
wings.
it feels that time.
Aaron the Red is summoning us.
You know who else should sponsor us? It's a local sponsor, too. I think Wings Etc. should sponsor us.
We should
because
just write them a fucking letter.
be like, listen, Wings Etc. We come to your place every week after our podcast. Your waitress, I don't know, I assume she likes us because we tip her and, you know.
She's kind of a bitch. But whatever.
It's whatever.
I like my waitresses to be bitchy.
Yeah. It's better that way.
It doesn't put you on a pedestal.
Doesn't make you think they fake like you.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me know how you truly feel.
We'd like to thank you all for listening. And we'd like to thank Ryan Simpson for letting us use his music on the show.
Thank you.
Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon if you're feeling froggy.
I'd like to thank everybody. Quick side note for the downloads. We are about to smash through last month's.
Nice.
We're just on a progression. The only month that we didn't pass on was November, and I feel like that was because was it something? We didn't have as many shows.
Yeah.
But we've just been on a steady rocket pace.
And that's all thanks to you guys.
We love you.
I had someone approach me the other day and say, hey, just so you know, one of those views on your show is me. And I said, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. But
you guys should all go out collectively one at a time and just meet a random stranger and say, check out the Bones and Tubs podcast, and then walk away.
Even if you think they wouldn't agree with us, because the thing is we're here to create a dialogue. And also, I'm putting a challenge out there to anybody that disagrees with the things we say on the show. I wholeheartedly welcome you to come on the show. We have a third mic for a reason.
Sits in here like an unused dick.
And I would love nothing more than discourse, but I'm going to tell you now, and I talked to Bones about this, sometimes we occasionally partake in Discord on the show, and like people who differentiate in their opinion from us. And I've told him from now on, instead of getting into these long, drawn-out debates on comment sections of posts, to just go ahead and come on the show.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear you in person spout your beliefs and then try to mudsling. Because I have to tell you now that, and anybody who knows me knows, that as far as I'm concerned, I'm 0 for I don't know how many for debates with people in person. I've never lost. Not once.
Right.
Maybe drawn a few times. So I'm probably like 0 for 20 for I don't know how many. So come on the show if you really feel froggy about it. We'd love to have you on the show. Just contact us on our Facebook page. We can contact us on our Instagram. Contact us anywhere you want. We have an email. We have a website. And do all those things. www.bonesandtubs.com. And we'd love to hear from you. So, yeah.
We're even open to phone calls. We just got that technology figured out, too.
Yeah. So call us. And we would love to have you show. We have a third mic for a reason.
Superlongoutro.com.
I know. I love discourse.
Both of us, though.
I want that discourse, though.
Yeah.
Because it's like me and you, we talk to each other, and we kind of like, we shell it out, and we figure out what we want to say. But sometimes I want somebody who wants to fucking disagree with us.
Well, for sure. I want to come to the table. We're going to come in the room friends. We're going to leave the room friends. There's not going to be any fucking... I'm not going to bring up childhood memories or...
Because I get hungry.
Yeah.
Tubbs is hungry for discourse.
You turn into such a racial stereotype when you don't have the proper amount of psychic feeding.
Exactly. right?
Have a Snickers.
Yeah, right?
You know?
All right.
Also not sponsored by Snickers.
Yeah, fuck, come on. Anyways, all right, well, we'll talk to you guys later, and we hope you have a good week.
Have a good week. We love you.
We really do.